Afternoon to all of you. Uh, Good afternoon, Vidya. Thank you for joining with us today.
Good afternoon, Sherry.
Yeah, so I'll just give a brief introduction to our students. So, Ms. Vidya Suresh is associated with ECGLEC, and she is the India manager for ECGLEC. So she is responsible for guiding students, recruiting students for the master courses in ECGLEC France, which is mostly in the area of CSC, IT, and EC students. So, and in past in the year 2020, in the year 2021, we are very proud to share that we are our association with ECGLEC is growing stronger with so many students, aiming for a master's there in France. And lately, Vidya, like we have seen, there is a tremendous increase in the interest of the students, those who want to go explore France as one of the options, right? And also we have seen that with more than 5,000 students passing out every year, right? We have seen a steep increase in the number of students, those who are moving abroad for their masters. Okay? So this webinar is mainly focusing on introducing ECGLEC to our students and making them know better the options that are there with the university, with the college, and how they can think as this as one of the best option for them when it comes to their masters, right? Because generally students have only two or three countries in their mind. They are not yet aware of the complete what France has with them, what has to be given to them, right? So I guess this webinar will definitely give them another door, will give them another prospect and an outlook for France, and definitely as ECGLEC one of the options. Right? So thank you, Vidya, for joining, and over to you.
Yeah, thanks first of all, Sherry, for all your help all the time. And SCGLEC is extremely happy to be a partner of Parul University. One, because the students who are coming for the program are good students, and also because the quality of assistance that Parul provides. At no time has a student been left on on their own to find their way on their own. And for us, as an institution, it's very important to have a solid partnership like that. And you are an integral part of that partnership. And thank you. And the fact that you're always there. I'm saying this also for the students because I think those aspects matter. The technical aspects I will be showing them in a few minutes. But I think most importantly, it's that human quality that Parul brings, which we really appreciate that aspect of our partnership with Parul University. I do know that we say it to you often, but we'll never stop saying it because it's important to us. So I will start the presentation. Sherry has told me that the questions will be kept for the end of the session, and I'll be happy. Please feel free to put your questions in the Q&A section, and I will take the questions at the end. I hope that I make the presentation interesting enough so you'll take away something.
Yeah.
1 second, yeah. 1 second. Is the presentation
Yes.
clear? Okay. Okay, so SCGLEC is the name of the school. It's actually an abbreviation. The original name is a long one, but right now the school goes by its abbreviation and it's pronounced SCGLEC. So, what is this slide doing over here? Simple. Most students who think of France think of Paris. But what we also like you to know is that France doesn't limit itself to one city. France is an interesting country on many fronts, and I'll come to that in a bit. The city where SCGLEC is situated is called Rouen. You see it in the map, the map that's on the right-hand side at the bottom of the screen. So Rouen, the city, is about an hour and a half away from Paris by train or on road. The difference here is between a big city and a city like Rouen. The living costs that you incur are much more attractive in a slightly smaller city like Rouen. Paris, there's no taking away from the fact that Paris is quite easily one of the most beautiful cities in the world. So you have the distinct advantage of being close to Paris, but not spending as much money as you would spend in a huge city like Paris. So that's why we thought it's important for you to get an idea geographically where we are situated. This may seem like a strange picture for a presentation of this nature, but again, to show you that Rouen may be smaller than Paris, but it has its share of importance in France as a country, because it's the biggest port is close to Rouen, and this port attracts the world's largest sailing festival every 3 or 4 years. So you have ships coming from all over the world, and I've had the good fortune of being there once, and it's spectacular, the festival. So you have really, really very old ships, modern ships, and the whole city for 10 days celebrates sailing, and it's quite beautiful actually. Coming to the city of Rouen and the state which Rouen is situated in, Normandy is of the younger states in France, which means that a lot of industries come looking for talent in this area. A lot of industries, especially the automobile industries, have a base in this region. It's very popular among students for many reasons. One being the cultural value that it brings is huge, because there are some, if you know, the painting that you see on the bottom right of your screen is by the world's greatest impressionist painter, Monet. He lived very close to the school. So culturally, the city has a lot to offer, so does the region of Normandy. If you look at one of the pictures on top of your screen, you will find an architectural style that dates back several centuries. So it's extremely charming to see such well-preserved architecture even to this day. It's true that Europe as a continent protects its architectural heritage, and there's so much even on that front for you to discover. And Rouen itself has this style of architecture, which is very, very charming. In terms of higher education, a lot of good institutions are also situated in this region, which again is not an innocent fact that I'm putting across. The fact that it has world-class institutions means that companies also come looking for talent in this state. That's what a bird's eye view of Rouen looks like. On your right, you have a very old cathedral, and it has the tallest church spire in France, and it's really, really beautiful. So about the kind of courses we offer, the industry captains keep a very close guard on what ESIJELEC offers in its syllabus, because they feel that, you would have heard this very often. Students, very often when they finish their education and come into industry, they are very lost because they don't know how it works, and a company invests a lot of money and then finds itself with people who are not trained well enough. So that's why people representing industry are an integral part of the design of the syllabus. So they know what you need when you enter the workforce. The second point is important for two reasons. One, because engineering, by virtue of being engineering students, it's important for you to know what an institution does by way of research. But there's another reason why we think it's important to talk about this. In France, most engineering schools don't play this ranking game. So the best way for you to know the quality of an institution is by going and taking a look at what the research labs are doing, and then you will need no convincing. If you see the kind of research that comes out of our lab, the name of the lab is IRSEN. You find it right on your screen on the right-hand side at the bottom. The kind of research we do is applied research. It's not scientific and fundamental, just asking yourself intellectual questions kind of research. Whatever research our lab does is research that is funded by companies today. So it's really put to use very quickly. The projects that are part of our teaching are also live projects most of the time. So you get a hands-on idea of what is going on in the market as you're studying. One more point that SCGLEC takes great pride in is the fact that of the engineering schools, SCGLEC is by far one of the most outward looking in terms of international relations. 35 to 40% of our students are foreign nationals, and they come from neighboring European countries, they come from China, they come from African countries, a lot of Indian students. So international relations is a very important aspect for SCGLEC as an institution, and we rank very highly on this criteria. All our courses end with a small management component, again, to make you industry ready. When we look at what kind of job opportunities our students are getting, it's very diverse, a lot in consulting, a lot in management, a lot of, technical heavy jobs, some go into management. So it's quite a range. Some want to do research. So we have all kinds of profiles in our student population. Coming to SCGLEC more specifically, it's a very old school. Next year we celebrate our 120th anniversary, so we've been around. But the fact that the school is an old school doesn't mean by any stretch of imagination that it doesn't have a modern outlook. So we've been in engineering education, and it's a school that is constantly reinventing itself. So we bring you the security of being an old institution, but with a very modern outlook. We are situated in Rouen, like I told you earlier, but the school initially was situated in Paris, and then the government wanted to decentralize higher education, and therefore Rouen was chosen for SCGLEC. As an institution, we are fully recognized by the French government. We offer programs for students who finish the grade 12, bachelor's, so we accept students at a master's level. And for the PhD, we work in collaboration with the University of Rouen to offer PhD degrees. We also offer executive education based on the needs of the companies that come to us for such requirements. This, like I said, is our research lab, and you can see we're, like Shari told you in the beginning, we're very strong in IT and computer science and electronics and related fields. So unlike in Indian universities, where a university covers all areas of study, in France the institutions are smaller in size. It's more like one department. So the interaction between faculty and student is much more pronounced. These are our accreditation bodies who have, from where SCGLEC gets its accreditations. And I repeat, we are fully recognized by the Ministry of Higher Education and Innovation of France, which is a very important recognition for the institution. Obviously, these are a few of the many logos of companies that SCGLEC works with. When I say SCGLEC works with, some are projects that SCGLEC's lab does for these companies. Some companies are companies that have interns from SCGLEC. Some take students for full-time jobs. But of course, these are very, very few logos of the most prestigious companies in France, but there are over 2,000 companies worldwide that have students from SCGLEC working for them. Like I said, if you go by numbers, it will seem much smaller than what one is used to in India, but the French system itself functions like that, which is not actually a bad thing because you're dealing, at a very human scale. It's not huge and overwhelming. The smaller numbers have their own advantages. So, like we said, we are very, very happy to be partners of Parul University. This is the 3rd year of our partnership. It's one of the few partnerships that came into existence very quickly from the first time we interacted with the university officials. And we saw that not only did the signatures happen very quickly, the first batch of students that went was very, very quick compared to many institutions that we work with in India. Parul has been exceptionally efficient in terms of, converting all these signatures into actual actions. So, coming to the reason for this webinar is we are talking here, or we're going to start talking about our dual degree program. Even if we go by what the French government wants to do with India, they want more programs of this nature. They're more keen on students going under the framework of an MOU more than students being free movers where they go on their own. This is actually something that the government, at a government level itself, this is what they prefer. So we are happy to be able to contribute in that direction with Parul University. Now in France, the master's program is 4 semesters. But students from Parul University will get direct entry into the 2nd semester of the master's program because you already have the number of credits that SCGLEC needs to give you admission at the master's level. So you gain 6 months, which is quite interesting, when students are looking at pursuing master's level education. The other distinct advantage is the fact that you will have a cost advantage compared to what students would pay for a full-time program. You will be given the advantage of coming from a partner university, and you will see in figures what it means in a few minutes. So you will spend much less than a regular student who goes on a full-time program. Without doubt, a student who has international exposure is a very sought after student today, because you're always hearing this word globalization. And therefore, if on your CV you have had a definite exposure by being abroad for your education, your CV has a lot more value, obviously. France, in the world itself, the voice of France is a voice that matters. You will see in a lot of international negotiations, the presence of France is an important presence. And all the more in Europe, France is a very important country in the European Union. In fact, never before has France has always been an important country, but since the new government, that is in 2017, if you look at what is happening in Europe, France always has its say. And another advantage for you, when you go on this program, you won't get a visa only to France. You will get a visa that gives you access to the entire Schengen space. So you will be able to travel to more than 20 countries in Europe with one visa. And I think that's a fantastic advantage to have at your age. Imagine by 30, you would have lived abroad, And living abroad doesn't mean it's not some small thing. Living abroad means living and adjusting to a different country. And if you come with that background, you will be very valued wherever you go. So, it's an interesting opening for you. Again, you can see the reasons why cost-wise it is an interesting option for you. The other interesting option, the interesting aspect that makes it effective is the fact that the program, the way it's designed is that you will do 2 semesters of academics in France, and the last semester is an internship semester. An internship in a company where you will be paid. You will be paid anything between 900 and 1,500 euros. So you will be able to live comfortably in France with that amount of money. And the internship obviously is also an occasion for you to prove that you are a good candidate for a company who is looking to hire a person. And just yesterday we heard the fantastic news that one of our students got a job in Germany. And for us, it's very important to see that students from Parole University start finding these options and opportunities in France, because for us also, we should know that we are doing something good for the students. So yesterday, one of the students has got a good job in Germany. Like I said, you have the advantage, if you do choose this program, not only to go to France, but to have these small experiences all over Europe. And that will make for a very interesting profile. All students get a 2,500 euro scholarship simply because you are from Parole University. And 2,500 is about a little more than 2 lakhs in Indian rupees. So it's quite a big amount of money. So the structure of the program, semesters 1 to 7 is delivered, like you can see, at Parole University. At the end of the semester 7, you go to France. Semesters 8 and 9 are academic semesters at ESSIGELEC, and the 10th semester is an internship. If you successfully finish the program, you will get your BTech from Parole and you will get a master's degree from France. So, it's quite a considerable, addition to your CV. So approximately this is the calendar. Unfortunately, COVID has thrown all of this into chaos, but we're doing our best to stick to the calendar. So sometime in June, you will register. Students who are already interested, you can inform Shari and we can register you on our portal. The review of your application will happen early July. The first fee payment that you make is sometime in September, and you will apply for your visa in December. That's how it works. And the intake is February. Okay? If you had any doubts, because maybe the fact that it's from France means you're going to wonder if this is going to be taught in French, the program is taught entirely in English. So you don't have to worry on the language front. What we do encourage is for you, if it is possible, to learn some French so that your transition becomes easy once you're in France. In any case, once you're in France, you will be given 4 hours of French every week. And that again, you shouldn't look at a language as a problem. A language is always, some good quality that you are bringing to your CV, because a language means if you learn a language, it means that you are open to different people. So for that reason, it's a very interesting prospect even to learn some amount of French either before or when you are there. So you will contact Parole University for the application process. The results are announced very quickly. Obviously, the final admission will be provided, once we are sure of the academics and everything. But you don't have to worry about those things because we are constantly in touch with Parul University. My office is in Bangalore, but today keeping in touch is so easy that every time I need, I'm just calling Shari, and we don't hold back if there's something. We call each other. We make sure things are happening on track and everything. Uh, just so that the process is fine, we have a pre-departure orientation for students who are going. Ideally, we like to involve your parents because for your parents also it is a big decision. So we prefer to, if it's possible, to have your parents also present at these pre-departure orientation sessions. We work closely with the Embassy of France, so whatever help can be provided for the visa process, whatever is possible, we do. When you reach France, there's an orientation week with a visit of the surrounding areas and everything, just so that you get familiar with a place that you will be calling home for quite some time. So we provide, that entire orientation week and opening a bank account, getting a phone connection, your housing, everything is sorted out at that stage. And whatever assistance we can, we provide for the internship also. So that's as much as we offer by way of service. My office is in Bangalore, but like I said, I'm just a phone call away or an email away. So the presentation itself has just a few visuals of ESIJELEC. It's situated in a wooded area, so it's very green. In fact, the architecture has even won an award. As you can see, some charming sights of the surroundings of ESIJELEC. So yeah, this is a stunningly beautiful port called a beach called Etretat, and the structure that you see is a natural structure, and it's a World Heritage Site. Very, very charming. So I have come to the end of my presentation. I may have been I may have been a little fast, but I didn't want to bore you. I think it's easier to take questions. So, Shari, you can start with the questions if you've received any.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Vidya. I guess you have given with the photographs at the end, definitely students get a very clear picture.
Yeah.
That gives them a feel where they're really going and when they can reach there, what they have in store for them.
Yeah.
Now, my first question here is Vidya. Generally, these are the questions that we get from the students day in and out when they are coming for inquiry for their masters. So the first question is how much French is important there? Because many students are like a little bit hesitant to learn the language. So how do you think, how much is that important?
Okay. Let's say a student does not go to France. Even then, I'm someone who recommends foreign language learning. Like I said today, if you look at India, there are more than 750 French companies that have set up operations in India. So without talking of higher education or anything, learning a foreign language is always going to be useful to you. Coming to this particular program, how much French do you have to learn? It's a question that I can only answer in one way because I can't put a number on language learning. I can't say learn 1 kilo of French, right? It doesn't, you can't put a number. On the other hand, it so happens that today any certification process has numbers. So the first level, which is the A1 level, which is how all European languages work, requires between 100 and 120 hours of learning. Okay? In France itself, whether the student learns some French here or goes to France, approximately that much of French is what they will give you. But of course, some students find it very interesting and take it take it really far. So you can take it at your own pace. Always, if you're going to a foreign country and if you can have a few words in your bag, it always helps. The opposite is true also. If a Frenchman were to come and speak to you in a few words of Hindi, you might just faint with joy. So, and a language has that magic about it. So I can't put a number on it, but if you can get an A1, that much the better for you. It, like I'm saying, first of all, even if you don't consider this program, and if you consider this program, it's only going to be it will make it make life itself much simpler once you're there.
Yes, definitely, Vidya. And here I would like to add on for students like here at PU itself, we are offering so many language classes. May that be French, German, may that be IELTS classes. So definitely there are students, those who are taking advantage of this. And all the students, those who are aiming for France from us, we definitely make sure that they are learning at least A1 so
Yeah.
that it is easy for them, as you said, for survival,
Yeah.
because once they reach there they have to start communicating.
Yeah.
Second, like many of them are taking education loans and going,
Yeah.
so after reaching there, for them also to get part-time jobs,
Yeah.
knowledge of local language is very important.
Yeah, and even if you now, like I said, your internships are the whole of Europe. You can do an internship anywhere, but if you do choose to do an internship in France, uh, knowing some amount of French will always increase your chances of getting a good internship. And actually, when I speak to students and I ask them what is it that you like about the experience, 90% of the time they say the internship was a delightful experience because people are very nice in a work environment. They give you, you have your personal life also. In France, your personal space is very important. So on a weekend, no company will dare to call you on a weekend, because they feel, everybody deserves that. So working in France or interning in France is almost always the first thing that the students say that they really appreciated it. So for that also, it makes sense to have a basic, at least a working knowledge of the language.
Yes. So basic knowledge of that language is necessary because you're going to that country, that speaking land. So definitely that will help you, right? The second question here, when I was talking, is when it comes to work during study part. So how much is flexibility available with the students there?
Yeah, again, two answers. One is the legal answer that the French government will give you. 19 and a half hours per week a student can work. What you normally earn is 9 euros per hour. But I personally am someone who doesn't recommend it because, first of all, the first 2 or 3 months you're settling down, right? You're getting used to the new country. You have to have a routine. There's so much that you have to do. You can't concentrate on looking for a part-time job at that point. The other thing is that if you do get a part-time job, there's a chance that you may not do full justice to your academics.
Yeah.
Because you have to commit, isn't it? If someone's giving you a part-time job, you have to tell them from this time to that time I will be at your place.
Yeah.
Which means that all that time is sacrificed as far as academics are concerned.
Yeah.
What I think is that for the 2 semesters, if a student can concentrate on academics and get good grades, then the quality of internship that they get is very good. Which means that during the internship, if they manage to get 1,000 euros or 1,200 euros, it's a lot of money. It's much better than doing a part-time job. And also your internship is always that chance for you to convert it to a job. So really for me, there are 2 parts to this answer. Like I said, one is the legal context and one is what I just said. This is what I feel is the truth, and then legally all students can work for 19.5 hours a week.
And is the college hours Monday to Friday regularly? How is it?
Okay,
Okay.
it's Monday through Friday, but during the week the timetable is sent on either late Sunday evening or just the previous week. So the timetable is set for 1 week because we have faculty coming from all over the world, which means that they are there for maybe 3 weeks. They will deliver the model, they will evaluate the student and leave. So students have to adjust to them. Okay, it has never been a problem. In fact, students seem to enjoy that because when things are still fresh, they are evaluated when their concepts are still fresh. So to come back to the more precise aspect of your question, on one day you may be working 8 to 6, and on the next day you will be working maybe from 8 to 3 or 8 to 2. So it really is something that is decided on a weekly basis.
Okay. But it is generally Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I just saw one intake, that is February intake. So, is there only one intake that we have for ECG?
For Parul University, yes. There's also the September intake for the full-time students who want to go only to do a 2-year program.
Okay. Okay.
For them, there's a September intake.
Okay. So, PU students can target the Feb intake, right?
Yeah. For if you want to do the dual degree, what I just presented.
So, Vidya, my question here is the students will be finishing off their bachelor's maybe, and they will be getting the degree in June, July.
Yeah.
And they will be going in February. So, will that be, how will they have to justify that break?
No, there are two things. Either if they can either choose to go for the dual degree, that is the one we are offering with Parul University.
Okay.
In which case, if they want to do that, then they will have to wait till February.
Okay.
Otherwise, if they want, they can apply through Parul University. They will still get the partner award of 2,500 euros, but they apply on their own. Of course, the IRC will be there to guide them, but there they will do 3 academic semesters in France, and the last semester will be an internship semester.
Okay. Now here, this question I asked because here I would like to give a clarity to the students, because even our alumni students may be watching this webinar. So for them also, so in case if you have already finished your bachelor's, then for those students, the intake will be September intake. And for the students, those who are currently in the 6th semester, for them, the intake will be Feb, because here you will be doing your 7th and 8th semester together, and you will be going to ECG directly getting into your 2nd semester of masters, right? So I hope this point is very clear here.
Yeah, that was an important point actually.
Yeah. Okay. Now, another question here, Vidya, is apart from the application procedure on the portal, is there any interviews that will be conducted for the students?
There is an interview that is recorded on the application portal.
Okay.
The last stage of the interview, of the application process, is an interview section.
Okay.
Where they have 2 trials. So once they can just try it out.
Okay.
And if they're not happy, then they can record it again.
So is that general questions?
Okay, how it works is the 2 definite questions that will be part of the interview is asking them to introduce themselves and why they would choose this program.
Okay.
The 8 other questions are the screen will the questions will come up in random order. There's a pool of about 100 questions.
Okay.
But honestly speaking, how many questions can we ask if you look at it? Isn't it? We'll twist and turn and ask the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? So if someone who is anywhere, if you're going to study or if you're going for a job, we can only ask you so many questions. And too much of creativity in asking a question doesn't serve too much of a purpose.
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we want to know who you are. This question of where do you see yourself 10 years from now is a radical waste of everybody's time. Because, who knows what you're going to do tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
So that's a question. So questions like that we try not to ask. We may at the most ask, what do you see yourself doing after the program? But this horrible question of what will you do 10 years down the line, I personally don't think that's a useful question at all. But we may just ask the student if he or she has other interests. If they have had a failure, what has that failure done to them? If they have known success, what has that success done to them? But I don't know. I don't think, I find students stressing unnecessarily over the interviews, because today you have this extraordinary phenomenon called Google. You just ask Google to give you some interview questions, and Google will just give you thousands of questions, and no student can say, I was not prepared. If you're a serious student for whatever program, if you really want to prepare, the questions are there. What I find shocking, this is a recent happening, and the student's application was rejected on these grounds. Okay, I'll tell you, it's useful for students to know. This student was answering the questions correctly. But first of all, he's sitting in front of a whole lot of mess behind him. There's like all kinds of things thrown all over the place. Straight away, it means that the student doesn't care.
Okay.
The second thing, he yawned 6 times during the interview. Gone. He may give the most intellectually sound answers, but if a student does not have the common sense that you cannot yawn during an interview so blatantly, how do you expect anyone to take you seriously? Anyone, let alone admission, whatever it is. If you are going to show that you are bored, how do you expect the person who's listening to you to be interested in what you have to say? It's just a mathematical equation, isn't it? If I'm going to be yawning during this presentation, everybody will just walk away from the presentation. It's just, so I find those things are a lot more important than the questions that are asked.
Yeah. So here, the students, those who are stressing out, or maybe those who are worried on that part, for them, this is a good thing. Like, it's not that. It's just you have to describe yourself and just show how, what is your exact intention, why you want to
That's
go.
all.
If you're clear
Absolutely.
with that, definitely there is nothing that can take you back from there.
Yeah, that's very important, and it's not just an ordinary point that you are making. In the French philosophy itself, they do not like to stress you out. The only reason we ask for the interview is to get to know you. It is not to hold a gun at your head and stress you out. That's not the idea at all. There are a lot of stress interviews for me. I don't know why a human being has to go through that. But anyway, it's important for students to know that part.
Exactly. Okay. Now, another question here is scholarships. Now, many students come asking for like what scholarships they can get. So, apart from the partner benefit that we give for our students, is there any other scholarships that the students can apply for during their process of application?
There are 2 more that I've added. I will send it to you in an email. I will send it to you in an email because I don't know if those scholarships are, if partner institution students are eligible for them. I'll just go through. It was just like literally now, 2-3 days ago, they've been announced. Let me go through it and come back to you. I think there is one scholarship, but I'm not committing, of 500 euros for students who have contributed to a social cause. I'll just check. Let me just check and come back to you.
Okay, but otherwise, also for the students, as we already have mentioned, there is a definite scholarship of more than 200, 2,500 euros. So definitely
Yeah,
that can be a very good amount for any student who's
yeah.
applying for that. Okay. Another question here, Vidya, is many students are like they are feel like when it comes to the internship part, so they are like they're new to this country, they don't know. So how will they manage to get an internship? Now here, we definitely help it, the ECG like will be helping them, guiding them. So that is not a concern at all, right? They can definitely get, because all the students, even as Vidya you mentioned in the beginning of the session, like one of our student has managed to get an internship in Germany, right? So similarly, can you just give a brief for the internship part to the students?
Yeah. So, okay, let me first give you a bit of background and then answer the question more specifically. Uh, Out of India, other than India, this whole campus placement thing doesn't work like in India at all. It's not like a company will come on campus and recruit. Even if it's an internship, they want to know who you are, and therefore they want to only deal with the individual. What ACGLEC will do is to prepare you with your soft skills, to prepare you with your CV, to make sure it's the best possible CV that you can produce. Your cover letter, they will help you with all the soft skills. They will also give you the contact details of companies where that are looking for people. We will also put you on to our alumni. We'll put you on our LinkedIn page. And so far, one or two students who are lazy will always pay the price for the laziness. But the ones who are, active, they are managing not just internships, they're managing very good internships. Um, Also, I think in the beginning, students say, but what will happen if I go there? But when they get the internship and a job, it's a huge sense of achievement for them. Because they've literally managed quite it's a big achievement, to be able to go to a foreign country, convince a company. After that, they just rise. That obviously it's not going. Nobody is going to come and give you the internship on a platter. It won't happen like that. It's important for you to know, and it's right now in India it's happening like that. But one is getting to hear of people sitting on the bench, isn't it? So many companies are giving the job offers and then saying, wait, 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 God knows for how long. Whereas in France or in Europe, if you get the internship, it's immediate. And the other thing, like I said, something that all the students invariably come and say that they really cherish that experience of working in that setting.
Not only that, Vidya, like I would also like to share with the students, yesterday even we had a talk on that. So I just was interacting with our students who went in March, two students from IT department. So when I was just having a conversation, they were saying that, ma'am, this is the most cherished part. This is the most, fruitful experience for them that they have come to ECG like in France, because there they are getting an experience, definitely an international exposure, meeting different people from different culture. Also, being in ECGLEC means one of the top institutions, one of the top establishments when it comes to research part, when it comes to IT and CSE, right? So they are very happy that they could be a part of it, and we are also equally very happy that we can be a partner with ECG, that can, we can give that advantage to our students, that direct entry, wherein, like they are not applying and waiting for,
Yeah.
to the receive the response and everything. Here the students are directly getting an admission.
Yeah.
Also, here students, one more point I would like to add on, that if any student is worried about giving IELTS exam, right? So IELTS exam is also not a mandate here. So because our throughout education is in English medium, our complete bachelor's, so IELTS exam is not required. The score is not required here for your masters. So this can also be an advantage. Second point is GRE GMAT. So that is also waived off over here. So a lot of benefits a student can get, and direct admission to top class institution, right? Yeah, one Question here is, I have heard that there is lot of benefits given to female students. So is that so? Is there anything like that?
Um, what is definitely true is that there's okay, in France there is a whole movement of women in engineering, and that is, if you are part of that organization, companies that are hiring are very interested in you, because that organization does a lot of good work. Like, we have a student from Sri Lanka. She's invited for all kinds of things because she's been playing an active role in that group. So you will get that kind of indirect advantage, but nothing, very direct. But you will definitely, if you are part of this particular organization, which is Women in Engineering, then it's also a very interesting network to be a part of.
Now, one last question, Vidya, is when it comes to stay back and PR. So, how much duration do they get after completing of their masters, and how can they progress for their PR?
Yeah. Okay. So you have a 2 year stay back. It's something that's given only for Indian students, because France and India have always been friendly countries. But I think if you look at the relationship between the two countries right now, it has never been stronger. If you look at the kind of aid that's coming in for the coronavirus and everything, there's huge amounts of money, and not just money. There's concrete, like oxygen. What is that called? There's this huge contraption that was, delivered just 3-4 days back to India, to produce oxygen and things like that. Why I'm saying it is that these advantages are given only to Indian students. Like, the 2 year stay back is only for Indian students. The PR does not work like, say, in Australia or in Canada or countries like that, because France cannot isolate itself from the European Union. Any visa decision that France takes has a bearing on the European Union. So because of that, you have a 5 year stay back visa, which is you can visit for 3 months in a row. But supposing, say, Shari is a student, she goes to SEGELEC, she finishes the program, she's looking for a job, and she gets the job. When you get a job, the company that you are working for, that you are going to work for, will get you the work permit. And the work permit can be anything from 2 years to 5 years to 10 years, depending on what the company wants. Okay? To answer that question in another way, most of our students are still in Europe. So it's almost as if they have a PR. Like, the first batch of our students who went from Manipal University, both of them have lived in Manipal in France for 20 years. Okay, so it may not exist as PR, but invariably everybody ends up being there for a very, very long time. For a very long time, actually.
Right. So, and during these 2 years or during their study duration, when they're in the Schengen visa, so they're allowed to go to travel to different countries, right?
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
restriction on that.
No.
And even the students can work in any
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
Schengen countries,
yeah,
right?
yeah. They may have some local processes, or administrative processes to complete, but they can.
All right. And do they have, when the visa is changing to maybe work permit or anything? Is there any special thing, special requirement that they have to do, or only just a job offer that they need to do that?
No, it's just the job offer, that the contract that the company is going to give you.
Okay. And Vidya, to be very frank, how do you feel like in coming in this past few years has been the graph of Indian students applying for France? How is the graph doing?
It was picking up very, very well, and then COVID has come. We don't know what that is going to do.
Okay.
But till COVID came, there was.
We don't see this COVID
Oh, yeah.
situation.
France is doing very well, because I think if you look at symbolically, there's a lot going on between France and India. If you notice, in the very first year of Macron taking over the government, one of the first countries he visited was India.
Yeah.
After that, there have been every single year, there have been ministerial level visits all along. So it's not a, it's not a superficial kind of friendship between the two countries, which means that there is definite interest both ways. And Indian students are becoming aware of France also because of the, what would I say, the interaction that's happening at a government level. Okay, so the numbers were looking very good, and France itself announces and says we want more Indian students. Whenever you listen to the president or someone really important speaking, you will hear the word India coming up very often, wherever you will. So it's a great time, I think, also, for Indian students to go and see what France has to offer, what Europe has to offer. I think it's very good. I think it'll. I don't know what is going to happen, but till COVID came on the scene, it was really picking up. What international organizations have been doing a study to see higher education and what is going to happen. They're saying that Europe will start looking up all over. I mean, students from all over the world seem to be looking at Europe with more interest. Whether it's going to happen, we'll have to see. But apparently, that is the trend. They're saying in 2022 that is likely to be the trend.
No, Vidya, because now even recently at PU also, when I am interacting with the students, that earlier, if suppose 10 students were walking in, out of that, 8 were having a mindset that they want to go to Canada,
Yeah,
right? Rest 2 were like UK or US, right? But now, what I have seen in recent times, like lot of engineering students specifically have a keen and have kept France as one of their options.
yeah.
Now I feel France is growing
Mm,
and the interest among the students are increasing because
yeah,
now they get to know more opportunities and they get to know more advantages, not only when it comes to fees or scholarship, but also technically when
yeah.
a lot of organizations being associated, a lot of French
Mm,
organizations, company
mm,
basing in India as well. This definitely will help them boost their profile and
mm,
get them well placed in
mm,
coming after they study.
mm.
So there has been an increase.
Yeah,
So
it's
this,
nice to see that. It's
yeah,
nice to see that because otherwise everybody will look like everybody else,
yeah, yeah,
Everybody doing the same thing is a boring thing,
yeah,
Whereas if you do something that, even for a company when they are hiring, if they've seen that you've done something slightly different from what the rest have done, immediately they will look more carefully at your CV, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So yeah, and France is very is technologically also a very advanced country. Many people don't talk about it. The French themselves don't talk much about it. But if you look at the major experiments scientifically or technologically in the recent times, France has been a part of it. You know. So yeah.
So I guess we have taken up almost all the questions because these were the general questions when students were, having in their mind when they come in,
Okay.
and when we say that this can be an option
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll just sum it up together, Vidya, for our students.
Yes.
So for all those students, engineering students from CSC, IT, EC, and EE, all right, electronic and communication, everything. So if you are aiming for your masters abroad, then definitely ECGLEC can be a very good option for you. As first we mentioned, it is a partner university, so you can get a lot of partner benefits. So it can be a scholarship. There is no IELTS is waived off, GRE, GMAT is waived off, right? And even the CGPA, the cutoff CGPA also is not that very high that it is difficult for the students, right? So there is a lot of other benefits. Apart from that, being a partner university, we can easily, provide be a help to you not only for your admissions but also after reaching there. So that can be another benefit. And as Vidya is always there to help us, so whatever process we have seen for our past students, at each and every step there is a good supporting system that you are going to get, which if you are applying otherwise as an external student, you will not be getting. So any one of you are aiming for their masters, definitely ECGLEC can be a very, very good option for you, right? So once again, thank you Vidya for joining us, and thank you for sharing so much. I totally understand that this will be, giving students a lot of information about the opportunities, and they will have France as one of their among one of the countries in their list.
Thank you, Shari. Thank you. Thank you for your constant support. And it's always nice to be able to interact with students. I hope they've taken away something from this. And
Yes.
if you do choose ACGLEC, we'll be extremely happy to take you through the process.
Yeah, and here, students, I would like to add on in 2020 February, 8 of our students went to ECGLEC. In this year, March, 2 of our students went to ECGLEC, and in September intake also this year, we have students who will be going to ECGLEC. So there is a definite scope for a lot of students those are still not applied or thinking of, this can be a good option for you, right? So please take an advantage. If you have any doubts, you can anytime walk into IRC. You can interact with us. We will be there to guide you and take it ahead and help you to get into a better course and better country for you, right? Thank you so much, Vidya.
Thank you, Shari. Thank you very much. Bye. And
Bye.
thank you
Take
to
care.
all the
Bye.
students. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.